Water, the second element. You are not just what you eat, you are what you drink. In this video, I want to go through 4 main points. Number 1 is I'm going to show you that you need to drink more pure water because most people don't drink enough. The average person drinks 4 glasses a day, which is definitely not enough. You need to drink clean and pristine water, which means the water needs to be purified of all these toxins that are found in tap water and a lot of other types of water processors that just don't do a good job to filter the water. Number 3, you need to drink energized water. I'm going to introduce you to something Dr. Pollack at University of Washington calls EZ water or exclusion zone water. And this is a 4th phase of water that's more of a gel phase. It's really exciting research. This really gets into water as energy medicine in that section. And number 4, you need to drink water that has positive information, and you'll see what I mean when we get to that section. There's a reason that many civilizations throughout the ages have thought of water as kind of a fountain of youth, especially the really energized and healing waters. It's because, your body is mostly water. In fact, look at this image here. You can see that your body, depending on your makeup, is going to be roughly around 60 to 70% water. The water in most organs is much higher than that, although bones and fat do have less, so they're kind of the anomalies. But most organs are at least 70% water. Water is absolutely essential for human survival. You can live about a month without food, but only a few days without water. And after oxygen, it's probably the most essential element of health. Now, water, which I don't have time to get into this video, has many unusual properties that literally make it unique in the universe to give the possibility of life. There's really no other liquid in the universe, at least known to man at this point, that has these special density properties, surface tension properties, absorption solvent properties, heat capacity, on we can go. And when you look at water, tend to think of water as just H2O. But look at this list really quickly here of 40 different parameters that can be tested in water. And I'm just going to scroll through them here. You can read them on the website. Again, this is a long list of functions. But you can see from this image here just a few of the many functions that water has within your body. I mean, it helps deliver oxygen, helps with digestion, acts as a shock absorber, flushes out toxicity and waste, lubricates your joints, helps to keep the mucosal membranes moist, helps with your saliva and digestion. It's really important for your brain and neurotransmitters and the processing of your brain. And on my website, I actually have a very, very long list of functions, just so you can see just all the things that water does. Drink more water. Most people, the average person is drinking 4 glasses of water a day, and they don't realize, for example, that drinking other man-made drinks or other liquids can substitute for water, which it can't. And they don't keep track of how much water they're drinking, so they end up dehydrated. This oft-repeated guideline of 8 glasses of water a day is probably actually not enough, but at least, you should shoot for that, or I tell people at least half your body weight in ounces. Now, the U.S. Institute of Medicine recommends adult men to drink 3.7 liters of water. That's almost a gallon. And the average women consume about 2.7 liters, which is 3/4 of a gallon. Here's 10 ways you can drink more water, because a lot of people just don't make a conscious effort. You can use a straw, you can get a really nice bottle, put some positive messages on the bottle, set an alarm if you have to. You can spice it up with fruit, but by that I mean just put like a little lime or a lemon sort of on the glass, just makes it more visually appealing. Don't put like fruit juice in the water, that's not what I'm saying. Drink 1 glass of water at least 15 to 20 minutes before each meal. I don't recommend drinking water with a meal. You can drink water every time you go to the bathroom. You can drink 2 cups of water in the morning, which is something that I do. There's some other tips as well, but definitely try to make a conscious effort to drink more water. And you can see from this little image here that as we age, we lose water content. You can see a young baby is, 80 to 100% water, but a normal adult should be 60 to 70%, a little more, a little less, depending if you're a male or a female. One thing that when people have more fat, adipose tissue along with bone is very low in water. There's only 10 to 15% water. So people that are overweight tend to have less water percentage. So again, another motivation to lose weight. So water is the fountain of youth, and one of the reasons that we're decreasing in our water content as we age, I tell people, think of the scaling in a tea kettle analogy. Now, when you have this buildup in a tea kettle, you get less and less volume left to put water, right? I mean, it's kind of just simple. So as we age, our body fills up like a bag of cement with all these inorganic minerals and toxins, and there's just less room for water. So by detoxifying our body and by getting the best, cleanest water, we can push all those toxins out and we can rehydrate our body and become more supple. Because again, when you have more water content, think of someone as they age, they kind of turn to stone, like the Gorgon Medusa, right? Think of hardening of the arteries, gallstones, kidney stones, ossification of the brain, mucoid plaque in the colon, stiffening and hardening of the joints. All of these things come about by a less percentage of water in the body due to an accumulated of toxins and just not drinking enough water. And water means water. You can see this image here of all these man-made beverages. Some of them are okay, like coconut water and vegetable juice are all right. Kombucha is okay in moderation, and herbal teas. But a lot of the soft drinks and fruit juices and teas loaded with sugar, milk, and wine, and alcohol, and milkshakes, and frappuccinos, on and on we can go. That's not water. Vitamin water is certainly not water. Gatorade is absolutely not water. So when I say 3.7 liters for a man and 2.7 for a woman, that means pure water. And one of the ways you can test your hydration level is this urine color chart. Kind of notice what the color coming out is. It's good just to check. It should be just a nice pale yellow. When you get those dark yellow colors, you're definitely dehydrated. So that's an easy way to check to see if you're dehydrated. Okay, number 2, drink purified or clean water. Now, I don't have time to get into all the toxins that are in water because there's literally over 2,700 well-known toxins, and most tests only test for 100. Pollution of fresh water is a problem for about half of the world's population. Each year, there are about 250 million cases of water-related diseases worldwide, with roughly 5 to 10 million deaths worldwide. Now, it's not as bad here in the US, but our tap water, especially in rural areas, can be really bad. This is why I tell people to drink the best possible bottled spring water, or find your own spring, or get a really good reverse osmosis system that really takes everything out. We're going to get into that in a minute. But absolutely do not drink tap water. I don't care where you live, on how good you think your tap water is. All of it's got at least chlorine in it. Most cities have fluoride. And I have some articles on my website about the dangers of just those two things alone, let alone all the other toxins. First of all, purified tap water is not good. So Dasani, Aquafina, this Pure Life by Nestle Smart Water, those are not spring waters. Those are just purified tap water. So I don't recommend those waters at all. And when it comes to these pitchers, most of these pitcher systems, Natural News did a study, only the Waterman portable alkaline water purifier and the Zero Water did an adequate job to purify the water. Pure, Brita, Culligan, a lot of these pitchers that claim to purify your water were just extremely disappointing results. And check out the Natural News link. I used to recommend ionized water. Now I recommend spring water, mainly because it's got nature's balance of nutrients. It's kind of like whole organic food. You just can't do better than nature. For most people, good bottled spring water is a good option. Here are some of my favorites here. You can see this image. I like Evermore. My friend Seth up in Maine has this Tourmaline Springs water, which if you can get is really great. Iceland Springs is really good. Mountain Valley is good. Icelandic is good. Voss water is pretty good. It's not as alkaline as some of the others. But definitely try out some different waters, see which ones you like, or go to findaspring.com. Even better, if you're really determined to get the best water, try to find a spring in your area. And findaspring.com will show you all the springs. Number 3, drink energized water. We're going to shift now from the physical aspects of water to the energetic. And Dr. Jerry Pollack has discovered this he didn't discover it, but he's made it popular that this easy water is like a fourth phase of water. It's more like a gel than it is a liquid or a solid, kind of right in between water and ice. This water is negatively charged, is very energetic, has macroscopic quantum properties, is more like solid state physics and dealing with your computer chips, and silicon chips, than it is with just, say, regular random type of blobs of matter. It's very ordered, very coherent, and it really makes life possible. And so it's more than just water. In your body, water becomes, especially in your cells, this fourth phase of water, which is almost entirely this water inside your cells. In between cells, blood flow and lymph, you do get more of a liquid state of water. How is this water created? Now, very interestingly, are we solar powered? Well, it turns out that the first phase of photosynthesis, which is the splitting of water, this creates the easy water. And you'll see some of these images here that this easy water is not H2O, but H3O2. Okay, and it's called exclusion zone water because it pushes out solutes and toxins. So You can see from this image there's a material which is a hydrophilic surface. In the case of your body, it's usually proteins and membranes. And when you shine light, this is the key, on water next to this hydrophilic surface, you get easy water. This is so remarkable that look at this image here of a flashlight shining. In fact, one of Dr. Pollack's students accidentally discovered this. And it turns out that the most effective light is not visible light, but infrared. And what's interesting, and you can see this little black image here with a chair and a moose on the wall. It's basically showing that everything in your house and everything around you is emitting infrared radiation. In fact, the Earth absorbs sunlight, which is more in the visible spectrum from the sun, but it re-radiates infrared. That's why these infrared cameras work, because infrared radiation is everywhere. So we are literally surrounded on planet Earth, everywhere you go, by a limitless supply of these photons, these infrared photons, which charge up water. And they've done studies with this. You can take this easy water, and it's actually a battery. When you have charge separations, you have a battery that stores energy. And you can put little terminals, and you can light up a light bulb. This easy water, like I said, fills your cells. It actually powers up like a battery, literally a battery, the energy in your cells. And along with ATP and TMP, which I talk about in my book, this easy water actually really is potential energy that the cells will use for all their functions that they need to do. Like, for example, protein folding. Dr. Pollack has some good mechanisms how protein folding happens through easy water mechanisms. And look at the mitochondria. All these membranes in the mitochondria is filled with easy water. Dr. Ling, who's one of the pioneers in showing a new mechanism for ATP production, showed that water is a big part of producing ATP in the body. So what builds easy water? Well, this is very important. This is a very practical section here. Dr. Jerry Pollack looked at different ways that you can create easy water in your body. First of all, you got to drink more water, because water is the raw material for easy water. And again, we're surrounded by infrared, so you're going to charge up the water just being on planet Earth. Drink more green juices. Green juices are, the inside of a cell is easy water. So with green juices and fresh pressed juices, you're getting actual easy water directly from the juice. Sunlight, getting out in the sun, and we're going to talk about more of that in the next video, builds easy water. Sauna therapy, which also we'll talk about in the next video, powerfully builds easy water. Grounding builds easy water, where you walk barefoot outside on the beach or on the grass. And I recommend, we'll talk about that in the movement section, do more grounding. Air, oxygen, negatively charged air, I recommend ionizers, Himalayan salt lamps, Himalayan salt pipes for breathing, which we'll talk about in the air section. PMF directly charges your cells, and it helps to produce easy water. And gravity, posture, and different types of exercises have a piezoelectric effect. So basically, negative charge produces easy water. Also, vortexing your water. You can see a link here to this quantum balancing little vortexer. And I'm going to kind of show you here that you can put your water on your IMRS pillow pad and charge up the water. There's a lot to say about the energetic properties of water. You can say, again, referring back to our image of the living matrix, this living matrix is the hydrophilic surface. So there's easy water, negative electrons, and energy all along this living matrix that goes to every nook and cranny in your body. So the body is literally filled with energy with negative charge, and you want to eat the best food, drink the best water, and do all the things I just said to help to improve that water. Number 4, drink water as positive information. Yes, water does store energy and information, and Dr. Emoto in his Messages from Water basically observed frozen water crystals after kind of exposing the water to different pictures, to different types of music, to praying. And what he found was that the beautiful crystals resulted, these beautiful hexagonal crystals resulted in the water when you use good words, good music, and positive prayers. Look at his books, Messages from Water. Look at some of the videos. It's just so beautiful and so inspiring. And this is a tip, put a positive message on the water bottle that you have. Now, there is some science to this. In fact, Nobel Prize winner and Dr. Benaviste have done plenty of research to show that water does store memory and holds on to memory. What it's called is hydration envelopes. And you can think of it as this little pin art system game. I remember I had this when I was young. And when you put your hand in the pins, it holds that image. Well, water surrounds molecules and information, will hold on to those geometries and information. So this means when you're purifying water and you take out all the toxins, you still get the trace memories there. And I tell people the IMRS mat will erase those memories, because you can see this after image of the pins after you kind of turn it upside down. You can reset it, you can bring it back to zero. You can do that with a magnetic field or a pulse magnetic field. of course, you can also program the water for positive energy, and this is the basis of homeopathy. As you dilute your homeopathic remedy, it becomes more powerful, and because you're getting the pure vibrational information in the water. And again, this has been information published in Nature and other research, and Luc Montagnier did and I talked about this in another video, the research with DNA and how water can hold on to the memories of DNA. So in conclusion, just some tips. Drinking more water, like I said, drink pure spring water, bless your water. You can do reverse osmosis plus concentrates minerals and put that on the pillow pad. That's also good water, but I do like spring water right now the best. And use your pillow pad to charge the water and erase the negative memories. And get one of those little vortex systems that you can kind of vortex your water with and put a positive message on it. I do recommend whole house water filtration systems, good shower filters, drink more fresh juices, but try to eliminate most other man-made drinks. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video on light and infrared therapy.